What's up, people? What's up going on, everybody? It's your boy Tekforce. I'm back. I would say this is Tron Thursdays, but not quite. Now, this is actually a special edition of Tron Thursdays, Tron Sunday. Excuse me. And it was my request from my cousin. Spoke with my cousin Brandon about a few days ago, and he was telling me how he looked forward to my Tron Thursdays and having the blog up and everything that's going on. He said, "Man, you didn't put another one up." He just got like real excited and was disappointed that I hadn't been doing it. But I said, you know what, cuz I'm gonna do it for you, man. So this one is dedicated to my cousin Brandon. He and I grew up loving anime and video games and stuff like that. He's part of the reason I am the way I am. Only he decided to grow up, and I think I stayed in the same place for a lot longer. But that's neither here nor there. So shout out to you, B. This is for you, and welcome to Tron. Anything, man. I think Tron is every day. I say Tron Thursdays because I labeled it that day, but it's Tron every day around here, at least for me. And shout out to United Tron Army, Lacrata, Nexary. A lot of you folks that are out there. Clones is cool. All my Tron fans, Constellation, all the Tron fans out there. So thank you for just being there and loving what I do as much as I do. This show is a good one. I got so much going on. It's nuts. I wrote 2 more Tron songs, and I've actually have yet to record them. I will record them soon, though. Trust and believe. I've decided I wanted to do the Tron album as a full 11, 12, 13 songs, but I think I'm going to shorten it because I want key moments in the movie to have more impact. If you haven't seen the movie, that way you can go see Tron. It's not like anything out there in Blu-ray, hell, DVD. I got the VHS tape at my parents' house, believe it or not. And Lord, I wish I had a VHS player because I would just watch it because it would take me back. But I would just want to do key scenes in the movie. What's outlined is, you guys heard Stuck in the Bit World. If you haven't, then you go to soundcloud.com /tech45, TEK45, and it's got my boy One Up on there. Stuck in the Bit World deals with Flynn's kind of first, when he gets sucked into the grid, and it's him meeting Ram, one of the characters in there. Is like the first dude he meets when he gets abducted by the MCP, and he's like, man, what's going on? And I thought, how would I feel about it? So you guys can check my other blogs if you want to know about that. But anyway, Stuck in the Bit World. I got one called I think I'm gonna call it I think it's Trontastic, or it is I'm trying to think of the name of it. Gridtastic. And this one is probably one of my favorites. It's the one that's going to deal with them when Tron and Ram and and Flynn are on the grid, and Flynn is like, man, I don't know how to do this, but I'm gonna make this work. And Tron and Ram kind of show him the ropes while they go and defeat the other I guess warriors of the MCP on the grid. And it's dope. It's dope. So I got my verse written. I got a couple other friends that are gonna be on it too. Gridtastic. Then I have another one, and I'm still trying to think of a name for it. I think I have a name written. I forgot what it was, but I have one that details when Flynn first meets the MCP, and this one is probably another one of my favorite tracks too, because it's my first time doing 2 different characters in a song. The first part of the song deals with Flynn, and it talks about him, or Flynn is like talking to the MCP. Well, if you don't know the movie, there is a scene where Flynn gets broken into in Incom by Alan, and he makes it all the way to and Laura, and she leads him to where the MCP is, which is like this big semiconductor type laboratory. Well, there's one simple mainframe computer that's apparently real easy to get into, but I'm not getting all that. So as he encounters the MCP has incidentally a laser that's behind him. the whole time. So he's trying to break in and get all this information from the MCP, like getting these files. MCP is like, yeah, okay, well, you can keep messing with me you want, but what's going to happen, you're going to get sucked into the grid. So anyway, he keeps messing with him, and he gets sucked in. But the dialogue is what's really important there. I have another one that, and oh yeah, on that one, my man Alpha Riff is going to be on that one. So he's going to play the MCP, which is going to be real interesting. Got another track. Well, see, now I'm talking about two different tracks. Okay, let me back it up. So the track I was talking about before, good Lord. Let me get my thoughts together. Okay. I'm doing so much. You see where my head is at? I'm doing so much. I don't even know where I'm at. So the track I was talking about before deals with when the part where I'm actually playing two roles is actually a different part. This one deals with Flynn and Clue, the first version of Clue, not the Tron Legacy one, but his first version he created. When Clue is on the grid and Clue's trying to initially find the programs, he's trying to find the documentation or whatever he's needed in order to prove that he made Space Paranoids and all this other stuff. So as they're going through the grid, Flynn is like typing, but he's also talking to him like, hey, this is what you need to do, but don't be worried about it. And it's the first part of the verse. The second part of the verse is actually Clue talking, and he's speaking in this robotic voice. So he's talking back to Flynn, but he's like, I don't know if I can handle it. It's so dope the way I wrote it. And I don't even want to I don't think it do justice just to say the rhyme versus you hearing it with the beat, because the way I crafted it matches it so well. It's such a breakdown. I use the samples from the original soundtrack, and it's just forming on its own. So those are going to be two hot tracks. I also am really leaning towards doing a track with Yori on it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but mark my words, it's going to happen. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. So hopefully that'll be something that's real dope. We'll see. Other projects I'm working on. Of course, I'll start off with Tron. I mean, I've been working on a lot of music. I'm actually recording on a good friend of mine, the guy that was on Stuck in a Bit World, One Up. He has a new album coming out, doing a track on that album. There's another guy, Damp Heat, I'm doing some music with. Cat out of Austin. Bad Barry is another guy in the nerdcore movement. Got a big show on May 17th in Dallas. It's at this place called the Profit Bar. A good friend of mine, Moses Uvir, invited me and my boy Legend out to open up his show, which is a great thing. We'll have press out there. There'll be news outlets. We think it'll be a real good look for us. So I'm looking forward to it. I honestly am. So hopefully it'll be good. We're selling, it's my first show. I'm actually selling tickets. If you can believe that. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm selling tickets, and people are actually buying these tickets. So that's even better. So that's going to be good. The Profit Bar. I'll be there with several other artists. That'll be great. What else is going on? I've recorded. Forgot to tell y'all. So I got a new track that I did, and I challenged myself. I thought about this for years. I was thinking like, hey, it's about time, Tech. You talked about all this stuff. What about a song, a Mario song? And I created one. It's called Princess Problems, and it's my Mario track. I love it. I think it's great, and it was produced by this dude named Randy Rand, who's a real cool guy. Great producer as far as making. He makes a lot of video game sounding tracks. If you haven't looked for him, find him on Amazon.com. You can find him on Twitter. It's Randy like it sounds, with a Y, Rand. Go look up his catalog. He's got a lot of electronica music based around video games. But he had one particular track, and I reached out to him. I said, man, dude, this song right here fits what I was thinking as far as a Mario song goes. And he said, man, by all means, go ahead and use it. I I started writing to it, and I wrote it as kind of like, it's one of my first 3-verse songs, and it's basically a story. It's talking about how Mario has been chasing this woman for 30 years, and he's upset. And every time he goes to a castle, she's in another castle. So he's like, look, man, this is not working. Me and you, we have to talk about this. So the whole premise that's the whole premise of the song, and the whole thing about the song is that, well, I'll let you listen to it. It's a real interesting track. But by the end of the track, if you really listen to it, you'll see what happens as far as why she keeps going in these other castles. So Princess Problems will be released probably in May. I'm getting the artwork done for it, and I'm getting a remix done for it as well. So that should be a pretty good track, and I think it's going to be a lot of cons are going to be looking at. That's what I want to definitely do, is have that song displayed at cons, maybe to get me into cons. I'm trying to get into several of them, and be with some of the high profile artists like Doc Ock and Mega Ran and some of those other artists. So I'm keeping pushing, and I believe in myself, and I know that if I keep doing that, it'll be great. I truly believe that. Got another track that's coming out, and Princess Problem, shooting a video for it too. So you expect to see me in a Mario costume, and we'll see how weird or wonderful that'll be. That'll be based on what happens. Got another track with my dude K Murdoch called New Game Plus, and that won't be featuring Mega Ran on it. It's been a long time coming, but financially things have been what they've been, and I've had to prioritize another stuff. But I'm finally getting to a point where I can do some of the projects that I want to do. And that's the thing. If you believe in yourself enough, and you have a dream, and you have something that a goal that you want to push for, you don't let no one tell you not to do it. And I believe in myself, and I'm lucky enough to have people around me who believe in me as much as I do, because I believe in them. And so I feel good about things. Things aren't always easy, but they're not supposed to. That's this thing called life, and that's the thing that we have to keep in, and we have to keep in step, keep in line. But anyway, New Game Plus, got another one that's coming out too. I think I'm gonna do tech support as one album, and it might be a mini album. Also doing the nerdcore tracks I got as a separate one. And I forgot you. One last single that I'm going to be releasing is called Heaven's Lost Property. And I got the name title from the anime. If you never heard of it, you can go look it up. But it deals with, like, how when a guy goes to a bar and he says, man, I met a girl that was an angel. Well, what if you went to a bar and you met an actual angel with wings? So how will the dialogue be? And what will that be? And I got a great MC, Shubzilla, that's going to be in the track as well. So I'm looking forward to. I got some stuff happening, and it feels good for the first time. For the first time in my hip hop career, I got projects like a bunch of projects, and it started with me really believing myself and having good people. So shout out to Legend, to my MC homeboy, for lighting that fire under me, and helping me to understand my potential. So this is, man, I've made this longer than, I'm looking at it now, it says 13:40. I've made this thing 13 minutes long. I had a lot to say. So I appreciate y'all listening. Special edition of Tron Sundays, or Thursdays. And I'll update you guys again. And I think this month I'll update every week up until my son comes from California, which would be the end of the month, and I'm missing him. He's 12 and a whole lot faster than his dad. So if you see me with ice packs on, it means we've been racing, and I lost apparently. So guys, enjoy yourself. Have a good week. Love to all of y'all, and Tekforce is out. Peace.